Well, hello there once again and welcome to the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour, where we're at the World Tour Finals in Sardinia. The perfect setting for a very, very enthralling and entertaining end to this incredible season. The Italian island of Sardinia, and it's hosting the world's best beach volleyballers this week. Louis Let with you here, men's quarterfinals, legends of the game. Italy versus the Netherlands. Daniele Lupo and Paolo Nicolai, the Olympic silver medalists from 2016, up against the bronze medalists from the very same Olympic Games, 2013 world champions, Alex Brouwer and Robbie Meeuwsen. Well, the weather, perfect, 21.4 degrees, which certainly isn't bad at this time of year. Perfect beach volleyballing conditions. Yes, there's been a little bit of wind in the air, but this should be a physical battle between two teams that have met each other 20 times throughout their careers. Well, they're the same generation. They're two teams that have really made a difference and left their mark on beach volleyball. Nicolai Lupo lead the series 11-9 though. Last time these two teams met was Lupo and Nicolai that won in Doha. Well, Carlos Rodriguez from Puerto Rico will be on the stand for this one.
Second referee is Vincent Roche from France.
Second referee, Roman Kristovikin. Name checked a little bit differently in the stadium to the delight of some of the crowd. Now, who knows what's going to happen over the next hour or so in this game, but the winner will go through to the semi-finals. There aren't too many teams who have played more tournaments together than Brouwer, Meeuwsen. Alex Brouwer supporting a very new crew cut. Well, they're legends of the game in beach volleyball, the first ever Dutch world champions and Olympic medalists in beach volleyball. Alex Brouwer, 31 years old. These boys training out of Den Haag, 33 years old. Robert Meeuwsen, 2 meters, 7 centimeters. All smiles. And on home sands, for the second consecutive World Tour Finals in a row. The World Tour Finals were in Rome in 2019, won by the Russian pair, Oleg Stoyanovsky and Vyacheslav Vasilnikov. But Paolo Nicolai is one of the best we've ever seen as a blocker on the World Tour. 33 years old, 2 meters, 3 centimeters. This team have played 93 tournaments together. Daniele Lupo, the defender, 30 years old, 1 meter, 95 centimeters. Well, 93 competitions together for Lupo and Nicolai. 105 for Brouwer and Meeuwsen in World Tour history. 7 wins on the World Tour for Brouwer and Meeuwsen. He actually won in Ostrava earlier on this season. It was a big win for them, gave them big confidence heading towards the Olympic Games, where they met the Vikings and lost and took a 9th. Nicolai Lupo went one better for a 5th. And 5th seems to be the flavour of the season for Nicolai Lupo. Their last 4 competitions, they've taken a 5th. Cancun, Sochi, Ostrava and Tokyo. If they lose here, it'll be a 5th in succession. Lupo, one of the most creative players in the game, the defender, who couldn't be up against the defender who's more different than Alex Brouwer. Lupo, who loves to chip the ball around and look for the defender and look for the gaps. Alex Brouwer has rarely ever been seen to shoot a ball ever. Although, under the guidance of Ryan Numador, we might see a little bit more shooting from Brouwer, but Nicolai chews through one, chips through two. Brouwer goes sharp. That's as good as we've seen all day from Alex Brouwer. Italy are really forcing Brouwer to hit the tough areas of court to score, and that's as sharp as we've seen all day. Brouwer. Standing shot, tomahawk from Brouwer from the left side. Wants to bang angle again. And Nicolai says, not on my watch. That's a huge monster block from Paolo Nicolai. Kicks out, comes in angle, bosh. Sit down. Nothing Robbie Meeuwsen could do about that one apart from sit there and take it. Out to the line from Brouwer. If at first you're not successful, just hit it harder. It's been a good run so far for the Dutchies. They've lost their opening game to Ilya Leshakov and Konstantin Semenov, a game that Robbie Meeuwsen said he feels they should have won. They lost in 3, but since then they beat the Beach Volley Vikings, the Olympic gold medalists, we can now call them. They've been such a force on this tour for so long. That was 24-22 in the last set. We actually did see a cut shot from Brouwer in that game. Point for Italy. But for the Netherlands, they've actually come through 2 of the best teams currently in the world. Sharif Samba and Ahmed Tajam from Qatar. Beat them in 2 straight sets. So it's almost been a perfect tournament for the Netherlands. Didn't win the pool. The pool went to the Vikings. For Nicolai Lupo, well, they lost to the Dutch pairing of Varenhorst van der Velde 2-0, 2-1, 21-10, 14, 21, 15, 17. But wins against Toch and Plavins. And a perfect start here against Brouwer Meeuwsen as well. Paolo Nicolai has the fastest recorded jump serve in the history of beach volleyball, but he's proving that his float serve is also pretty potent. Timeout, Brouwer Meeuwsen. Meeuwsen serve short, handling error against Brouwer. 4-point game. Well, we're in another World Tour stop of paradise on a day where an exciting day for the world of beach volleyball, as the new Pro Tour has been announced, starting in Brazil in March. Some of the best cities, some stops that beach volleyball fans will know very well, likes of Stade and Vienna. Iconic places for the sport. Iconic blocking from Nicolai. How many has he made already in this game?
One more time, Paolo Nicolai.
He's made one absolute stinker on Brouwer. He's made one on Meeuwsen. And now the float serve is causing issues. 9-3.
Paolo on fire.
You can hear Paolo on fire. Meeuwsen beaten deep. Change of sides for Brouwer Meeuwsen. We haven't seen that one before.
Meeuwsen.
And it's just about variable enough to make sure Robbie Meeuwsen sides the ball out.